Good morning to all. I am CA Bhavi Thakkar on behalf of Professional Skills Enrichment Committee ICAI. Welcome all the participants in today's webcast, The Inner Edge Building Psychological Capital to Elevate CA Skills. I welcome you all in today's session. And today, in our session, we have with us resource person Mr. Govind Mishra and others present over here. I welcome you all in today's session. Let me introduce to you to the speaker for today. Mr. Govind Mishra is a seasoned corporate trainer and a learning and development specialist, over 15 years of experience in facilitating the impactful training sessions for diverse industries. Known for engaging style, storytelling, and result oriented approach, Govind Sir has trained thousands of professionals ranging from entry level to leadership roles. He specializes in designing customized programs that enhances productivity, communication, leadership, and team synergy. I, C. Bhavi Thakkar, welcome you, sir, today on this session, and we are very enlightened to hear from you on the very important topic for today's live world scenarios that every CA students as well as CAs are facing. So, sir, please help us in knowing how to build a psychological capital for building and elevating the CA skills. Welcome you, sir, for today's session.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much, Bhaviji. And I'm really delighted and enlightened to be welcomed in such a way. And thanks to the entire committee of professional skills development. And because of their efforts, such programs are being conducted for the betterment of the members and obviously the students as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, everyone. You know, I know we are connected today through online mode, but yes, I could feel the vibes that we are eternally connected. And indeed, it's a pleasure to welcome you to today's session, The Inner Edge, building psychological capital to elevate CA skills. But before we begin, I would like to reflect on a simple question. Two chartered accountants, two professionals, both equally qualified, equally intelligent, and equally hardworking. Yet, one grows and the other stagnates. What makes the difference? I believe it's not always knowledge or opportunity. It is something much deeper, something that lives within. That inner edge is what we call psychological capital or psycap. It is this silent strength behind extraordinary performance, which nobody could see. But yes, you could feel it because it is within. And it is rightly said, what is inside, what is within matters the most because we can control it, we can feel it. And in a world where technology is taking over routine work, people are like frightened whether the AI will take their job, whether the AI will replace them, and whether because of AI they will be laid off. It's really a turbulent moment in people's mind. And in this environment, what truly differentiates professionals, and that too, especially chartered accountants, it is not just what they know, but how they think, how they feel, and how they respond when things don't go as planned. And we have always been told proper prior planning prevents poor performance. Definitely, we plan a lot. We are the experts of planning. But what happens when we face the mayday, mayday, mayday call that it's not happening what we thought? And you all are aware of the costing terminologies of marginal costing or the standard costing, what we plan in standard costing, and how when we implement, the result is obviously something different. There's a gap. There's always a gap. And you all are the experts of analyzing that gap. Today, let's focus on that small gap within ourselves. The psychological capital, it focuses on four pillars: hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. Today, we'll be covering all these four pillars. Today, we'll be trying to build these four pillars strongly so that the skyscraper we're going to build tomorrow, it will remain forever, forever, forever till eternity. And together, all these four pillars, they form the inner equity that fuels our external success. So, if you want to feel that and if you want to enjoy that external success, let's focus on the four pillars within. Today, we are going to explore how to develop these four pillars intentionally. You can control it. Definitely you can control it. You can build it. And we can understand, we can learn how to strengthen not only our professional capabilities, our professional capacities, but also a capacity to lead, to adapt, and to flourish amidst uncertainty, because we are humans full of uncertain events in our life. We have been, no, rather, we have experienced the COVID 2019. We have experienced a lot of uncertainties in our life. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's join together. Let's try to bring some wonderful changes in our life today. Let's focus on the psychological capital. Allow me just 10 seconds to share the screen with you all. Now we are live with you all today, ladies and gentlemen. The screen is on, the screen outside, the screen inside. And every screen of R is being screened together. And we are the one who can control what to show and what not to show. We can control what to feel and what not to feel. And we can control whether to react or respond. And this is how we can develop the inner edge. And if the inner edge is built strongly, the outer edge, the outer covering, the outside world would be beautifully designed, would be beautifully structured, and would be beautifully constructed. And the entire world will think, what happened to this person suddenly? But they don't know that this is not a sudden event. You have put a lot of efforts on your own development. You have put a lot of efforts on strengthening yourself from inside, bit by bit. And that is why Lord Krishna, the charioteer of Arjun, the guide, the mentor, the coach, the teacher of Arjun, he told him that, oh Arjun, keep in mind always, it is your mind, it is you, it is your brain, it is inside you which will become your friend or which will become your foe, or which will become your enemy. You need to control whether the mind becomes your friend or whether the mind becomes your enemy. Because if you cannot control it, then definitely the organ which is inside you, the brain, and the mind inside it, the software of the brain, it is going to control your life, and your chariot will go haywire, topsy-turvy drive. And sometimes the horses, which are your senses, they may take you to those paths where you might face a lot of turbulence, and then you will regret that why I didn't work on it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you all are chartered accountants. Who better than you can know the meaning, the definition of capital? You all are the experts of it. You are the experts. You're the masters of balance sheets. You're the masters of, journal entries. You are the master of calculating all the ratios in the financial statements. But today, we are going to analyze the balance sheet of life. We are going to write down the journals of our own life with a lot of explanations, and you can control how the entry would be entered in your journal, in your ledger. And you have to maintain, you have to balance the trial balance of your life. And all the important ratios of your life, you can control, you can design it. And hence, thus, ladies and gentlemen, the audit report of your own life would be presented to all the stakeholders who are a part of your life. And you all are aware, pretty aware, that The financial audit report, which you sign, which you present in front of the stakeholders, they all get benefit out of it. Today, let's learn the art of making and presenting that audit report of your own entity. And it will be presented to the people who are attached with you directly or indirectly. And hence, capital, anything which adds value, anything which gives benefit, it becomes a capital. And the capital is infused, is introduced by you, because you are the one who's going to run the entity. You are the one who's going to promote the business. So if you are the one who is infusing the capital, who is going to control the business, going to control the entire entity, why don't we understand? Why don't you learn that yes, a new capital should also be introduced? A new capital which will not become liability. Rather, it will be the best asset of our life. And the return, marvelous returns, and that too for a long term perspective. And you're pretty aware that anything which you can calculate, you can measure, they are the assets. And when you talk about the psychological capital, because it is inside, it is inside, it is everywhere inside. So, how to measure it? How to calculate the value of it? Because if we cannot measure it, if we cannot calculate the value of it, how can we say that it is indeed a capital? Because to become a capital, we need to give some figures. We need to analyze. We need to be in a holistic way, do the interpretation of that capital, of the asset as well. And this is how, when you start calculating, when you start measuring, then you can understand that the impact of that asset, how is it going to impact in your day-to-day life, in your personal life, in your professional life. And this is how your performance everywhere will be decided based on the inner asset. And that performance, ladies and gentlemen, holistically would be called your well being. Well being, not only physically, but mentally as well. And this is how eternally, internally, you would be known everywhere, because you will be aware of your insights. Because when you know the insights, the foresight would be more wider. We won't be facing any hindrance. We are not wearing the horse blinders. We can see holistically. So, ladies and gentlemen, our psychological capital, we are going to measure and calculate in a holistic way. But for that, we need your support today. We need your support because in the next slides, we'd be using your time, we'd be using your notes, your pen, your paper, so that we can calculate that the psychological capital we are currently right now, where we are standing today. And when we will be knowing where we are standing today, then only we can understand where we want to go. And when we are aware of both the current where we are standing and where we want to go, the destination, then only we can make the path. We can create the path. We can create the chart. We can create the entire journey. And for that, we have 4 pillars which is going to support you in a very positive way. And these are the 4 pillars where, in every part of your life, they're going to give you support every time. Just like Lord Krishna supported Arjuna, not by fighting along with him, rather by becoming his charioteer, his Sarathi. So he was the Partha Sarathi. So these are the 4 pillars who would be your Partha Sarathi from today onwards. And they are definitely known to you. Hope, efficacy, resilience, optimism. These 4 pillars will decide where we are heading to. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the calculation. Let's start the measurement of the psychological capital. Take your pen, take your paper, and we have approx 12, 13 questions or 10 questions to analyze our current situation right now. So if you are ready, I'm going to share the screen with you all. Ladies and gentlemen, let's start it. First, sorry, these are the set of 10 questions which you need to analyze from different perspectives. You need to analyze your own life, not to impress someone, but to improve ourselves. And these 10 questions are going to, take you on the journey of insight. It will let you feel, it will let you analyze, it will let you think that what we are right now, where we are like standing today, and where we want to head towards. So I request you all, please answer these 10 questions wisely but truthfully. It is not true and fair, rather, it should be true and correct. And you are the one who is going to do the due diligence of this. You are the one who is going to vet all the answers. So be true towards yourself. You have 5 options. The first is strongly disagree. If you believe that all the questions you are going to answer, if you don't agree to the question strongly, then you should give yourself 1 point. If you believe that, yes, quite possible, I don't agree to this, then 2. If you believe, I don't know whether I agree or not, then the neutral answer, give yourself 3. And then next is, if you believe, yes, I've experienced it, yes, I do it, it means you are agreeing to the question. So give yourself 4. And if you believe, yes, definitely, I always do this, I always walk this path, believe in this, then give yourself 5. So, ladies and gentlemen, the first question, I can think of multiple ways to achieve my most important work goals. I believe that you all are strongly agreeing with this question. You know that how to achieve the most important work goals, your professional goals in your life. So those who believe strongly in this, give yourself 5. And rest is up to you how much you give yourself. Second question, even when things are uncertain, I believe I will find a way to succeed. Are you the one who always believed that, yes, no, I'll bounce back? I know that all the problems, they might be having some solutions. Are you the one who always focuses on the solution, or are you the one who focuses on creating problems? In our North India, there's a wonderful saying for corporate life, Bane raho pagla, kaam kare agla. It means pretend that you don't know so that the people around you, they are frustrated and they will do the task for you. So every state in India must be having some idioms for or phrases for people like these. Are you that, or are you the one who focuses on solutions? So give yourself the right number. Point number 3, I set clear and meaningful goals that give me direction. I was a part of National Cadet Corps, NCC. I'm a ABC certificate holder. I was a cadet in school and college as well. I represented my contingent in RDC, Republic Day Camp 1999. I was the contingent commander for ISA contingent. And it was a wonderful experience. And because of NCC, I got the opportunity to be a part of Army as well. I attended numerous attachment camps with the Indian Army. And thanks to the NCC and Army experience, I got to one of the best moments of my life, which I always believe is the nostalgia of my life, and that is called the guns. I got the experience and the opportunity to fight 202, 303, and LMG guns, light machine guns. And I recall those moments when I was lying on the ground, holding the gun, fixing my eye on the T and the U and the bull's eye. My trainer always told, hey, Govind, keep in mind there's nothing else over here. It's just the T, the U, and the bullseye. If you are looking something else, then definitely you're not going to hit the bull's eye. Sometimes I used to focus on the bullseye. Sometimes I used to get distracted. And when I used to get distracted, my trainer used to say, look at the green plants because the green color will help you concentrate. So this is how my trainer, they gave me a direction to focus on the goals. And I apply the same rules of the guns, the target setting in my life also. So, ladies and gentlemen, are you the one who focuses on the bullseye? Or are you the one who focuses on everything around the bullseye? Because when you see on the goals, then definitely you will be having a clear direction. You'll be having a clear direction. Are you the one who set the direction like this? If yes, give yourself five. The rest case is up to you. Whatever point you want to give yourself, point number four. I feel confident in my life. I feel confident in my, sorry, I feel confident in my ability to handle unexpected problems at work. This is a wonderful question which everybody faces every day. We are humans, the Homo sapiens. The moment we are created on this planet, we were given the blessings of uncertainty as well. Thank God, God gave us uncertainty. Otherwise, our life would have been very mundane, very monotonous. And when God gave us the moment of uncertainty, then we realized that we have created a lot of moments. And this is how you must be must have experienced that we don't remember the days, we remember the moments. We remember the moments. And you all, I have faith on you that you all must have experienced some moments which was unexpected, which was unexpected. And quite possible, it would have been a wonderful experience of your life. But if all the moments of our life are unexpected, then it's a disaster. It's a disaster. So, are you the one who always feel confident that you have the ability to handle unexpected problems or moments at work? But if the problems are always unexpected, then we need to rethink our own life. So, not every day, not every moment, but yes, quite possible that sometimes what you planned and what you are facing, it was totally unexpected. It was beyond your imagination. But suddenly you took hold of that situation and you realized, yes, I can handle this situation. So, point number four talks about this situation. Okay. Point number five, I can perform most tasks effectively even when under pressure. I don't know. Because your life and my life are totally different. And it is rightly said, one fit doesn't fit all. One fit doesn't fit all. But yes, if we are being faced or we are facing some problems, if we are facing some pressure, if we are facing some deadlines, just you all have experienced in the past 2 months the deadlines of your returns, of your reports. So were you able to perform effectively when you realize that tomorrow is my deadline and still your report is not finalized? How did you manage it? And imagine that situation when you are about to file the ITR and suddenly your client came and gave you some new documents. Were you able to handle it effectively? So it is a kind of pressure because this pressure came to you unexpectedly. So do you know how to perform in such situation under pressure? If yes, that's wonderful. Point number six, I believe I can take on and succeed in challenging assignments. Uh, we are humans. And if you want that uh, we should do something and people around us are not performing the way we thought them to, then give them a challenge. Seriously, give them a challenge. Once upon a time, conquering the Mount Everest was a challenge. And today, you all know that every year, numerous people conquer Mount Everest. Once upon a time, going on the moon was a challenge. And why to think about Everest and moon? Let's talk about your own life. Once upon a time, clearing the CA foundation, intermediate, and final exam was a challenge. But look at you all. You all are here right now. And you are actually enjoying the profession. You're actually enjoying all the moments of your life right now. But when you sit down alone and you recall those moments of your exam precious, they were very challenging, very challenging. And visualize yourself in the exam hall, a 20 marks question, which was compulsory, and you were not aware of how to solve it. Don't you think that in that moment, it was the biggest challenge of your life? And if you could answer it, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you all have succeeded. You all have succeeded in that. You all have faced the foundation, the intermediate, and the finals. Alike the foundation, intermediate, and the finals, every day in your personal, in your professional life, you face a lot of challenging assignments. Do you know how to tackle it? Do you know how to handle it successfully? If yes, congratulations. Give yourself five. And the rest, you can choose the numbers on the screen. Next question, number 7. I can recover quickly from setbacks or disappointments at work. This part is easily said, but very difficult to practice. Easily said, but actually very difficult to practice. Because we are humans, not robots, not AIs. And for humans, we run not through commands, we run through emotions. We are emotional humans, and emotions are not weakness, keep in mind. If somebody says, my biggest weakness is that I'm emotional, I'm sorry to say you are not human. If you have emotions, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you all are alive. And if you are alive, then there are a lot of situations in our life. Sometimes it is in our favor, we feel happy. Sometimes it is against us. We call it setbacks or we call it failures. We are disappointed with the result. How do you handle it? And are you the one who drag that pain forever? Or are you the one who just pops up the painkiller for the instant relief and start working again? So always keep in mind, if you are the one who drags it, then there is a problem in future because you'll be dragging everything in your life. But if you are the one who knows how to handle that instantly, how to recover it from instantly, then you know that every time a problem you face, you know how to overcome it. You are the Arjun who knows how to tackle all the chakra views of life. You are the one who knows how to come out of all the labyrinths of life. So if you are that one, give yourself five. Next point, number 8. When faced with a crisis, I managed to stay calm and focused. Very easy to say, but those who have faced it, they only know how they handle it. Because here comes the part empathy. And in Hindi, there's a phrase that says, "Jaake pair pade na bivai, so ka jane peer parai." It means a person who has not faced the pain of blisters in their feet, they could not understand the pain of others' blisters. They can just mock, they can just talk, but they cannot walk that path with blisters in the feet. So when you face crisis, are you the one who shouts a lot? Are you the one who howls a lot? Are you the one who just blabbers and blabbers? Or are you the one who have a smile, who stays calm, and who focuses on the solution, how to handle it? So, whatever you are, give yourself the point. Point number 9. I go stronger and wiser after facing work related difficulties. Seriously? Seriously? Because I have faced a lot of difficulties in my life. I realized, oh God, I'm gone. I'm devastated. But when I look at in my hindsight, I really love my past. The people in my audience who had been a backbencher during their school or college time, they could understand. Because we backbenchers, we are tagged with some words, some adjectives. We were stereotyped. We were stereotyped. Someone used to call, are you a zero? Someone used to call, are you a donkey? So every day we used to face something new, something new. Sometimes someone bullied us, sometimes someone mocked us. But yes, today here, we are having a wonderful life. And in management, we call these experiences as learning curve. Learning curve. We always start in learning curve from zero. And when we gain experiences, then our curve, it start going the north side. No, it is very bullish. And this is how our experiences, they sum up, they accumulate, and finally they give us a lot of wonderful returns. And this is how, when you become more wiser, you are more calmer, more calmer. Vidya dadati vinayam, vinam dadati patratam, patratam dadati dhanam, dhanam dadati dharmam. So, when you become wise, you become humble. So, in your professional life, your work related life, when you face difficulties, do you become more stronger, more wiser, or you believe, I'm gone? So, number yourself accordingly. Next point number 10. We have 12 questions. I'm really sorry. Previously, I told 10 questions. So we have totally 12 questions. I usually expect good things to happen at work. Positivity. And positivity doesn't mean just always say, oh, all is well, all is well. I'm positive, I'm positive, I'm positive. Because positivity is about analyzing your environment. Just like when Mr. Bear Grylls, in his, if you have watched his program on Discovery Channel, Man versus Wild. So whenever he goes to an unknown place, or he goes on an expedition, he is not aware what will happen over there. But yes, the first thing he does, he analyzes the surrounding, he analyzes the environment. Second thing, he starts collecting the resources. He sees what resource he has and what he wants to have to come out of that situation. Then the third, he rations the resources. He rations it, the rationing. And fourth, most important, he tries to find out the exit route. So, are you the one who always believe that I get good things, or that or only good things happen at work, or do you believe that I have faced a lot of things, lot of experiences in my work? If we have only been facing good things, then definitely there's something harmful coming in our way. I'm not being negative, but yes, I'm being positive holistically. Because life is all about debit and credit, plus and minus. We cannot always expect only plus. So, as strategic management also says that it is always proactive and reactive. So, are you the one who uses or who thinks holistically? 11. I see difficulties as temporary and solvable. I don't know. Because there are some problems which I'm still trying to find out the solutions. And there are some problems in my past, when I was like in my teenage, I thought it is the biggest problem of my life. I have no solutions. But today, when I look in my hindsight, I realized, oh, what a stupid person I was that time. For at that moment of time, it was the biggest problem of my life. The biggest problem without any solutions. And today I realized, my goodness, that time I was very kiddish. That time I didn't think holistically. But today, if I'm going to face the same situation, I can guarantee I have a lot of solutions. So, ladies and gentlemen, do you take difficulties as temporary and solvable, or permanent and having no solutions? And finally, the last one, I focus on what can go right rather than what can go wrong. I'm not here to judge anyone, because there is no correct definition of right and wrong. There is no correct definition. We are not judges, we are auditors. We don't give judgments, we give observations. We give recommendations based on our observations. And observations should be always holistically. So, do you always focus on the path which will lead towards a solution? Or do you focus on the path which will lead to only chaos? So I'm just reiterating this question in a new way. Are you the one who focuses on the problems by finding solutions? Or are you the one who believes, no, there's no solution? I'm stuck. I'm gone. God, why me? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the 12 questions we need to find out the answer. Now comes the next part. If we have the calculation sheet, we have the measurement sheet, then let's focus what is the result, because you must have given yourself some numbers. Now let's see what is the calculation total. So if you have given yourself the points for all the 12 questions and the four parts divided in or differentiated in the four pillars of psychological capital: hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. 15, 15, 15 each. What is your total psychological capital? What is the total value you give to your psychological capital? Is it from 51 to 60? Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. You are amazingly rich in your psychological capital. You are a wealthy person and you have created a legacy. Are you the person who falls between 36 to 50? Good. You are developing, you are accumulating the capital. You are creating a treasure of your psychological capital. You're investing in different parts of your life. And definitely you are heading towards growth. And in future, you would be enjoying the fruits of your investment in psychological capital. And the last slab, below 35. Are we the one who falls under this category? If yes, please don't get disheartened. Don't get disheartened. Quite possible you must not have focused on the psychological capital in your life in past. But congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, from today onwards, we have lost the right to give excuse that I was not aware of it. We have lost the right to give the excuse that this was not taught to me, this was not shared to me, I didn't know how to use it. From today onwards, ladies and gentlemen, if we are falling below 35, let's work on us. Let's work on us within, inside, on the four pillars: hope, efficacy, resilience, optimism. And let's build a great treasure of psychological capital. Let's not only become rich, rather, let's become wealthy. Let's not only create a bank account of psychological capital, rather, let's create a legacy of psychological capital. And this is how people who would be around you, they would also be reaping the benefits of your investment on psychological capital. And this is the wealth you can pass on to your coming generations, because they will definitely love to be associated with you if you have invested on your psychological capital. And if you want to understand that how to move from the 35 to the 5160 category slab, the most important technique which will help us today is HERO, hero. And please, we are not talking about any gender here. Hero here doesn't mean any gender, male or female. We are not talking about any human aspect of heroism over here. Hero is a concept. Hero is an acronym which leads to hope, efficacy, resilience, optimism. So let's understand that how to expand the capital advantage of hope, or the sorry, not hope, rather the hero aspect of our psychological capital. So the first part is, okay, just 30 seconds. So traditional economic capital, human capital, social capital, and positive psychological capital. So these are the capitals. Out of the four, three we all were aware of. We were aware. We have created the traditional economic capital. We have created the human capital. We have created the social capital. Because the first, second, and third is are the factors through which people they know about us, through which we know about us, through which we have accumulated things. And in today's environment, everybody around us, they judge us. Actually, they judge us based on the wealth we have created, based on the possessions we have, based on the car model we have, based on the bedrooms we have inside our homes, based on the brand we are wearing, based on everything. And this is called the traditional economic capital. Roti, kapda, makan. And along with this, we have now Netflix and a lot of things as well. So our subscription models also decides the capital what we possess. And being a professional, the intangible assets we have created is your goodwill. So these are the things we possess right now. The second, that what we know, and we have worked a lot on this capital. Human capital here doesn't mean that employing someone. Human capital means this: employing self, working on self, developing self, and enhancing and nurturing the self. What you know. And it is rightly said, only a fool knows everything. And thank God, we are human, not fools. We don't know everything, not at all, not possible. But yes, the profession you belong to, do you know holistically a lot of things about it? The area you are working in, the area you are practicing in, do you have an experience holistically of that particular subject? And for this capital, we need to update ourselves. We need to upgrade ourselves. And here comes all the role of the ICI as well, thanks to all the committees of ICI. And the committee which is organizing this program today, congratulations to them. No, I believe that we should always applause for them because they have taken a lot of pain so that we can upgrade our human capital. There are a lot of videos, a lot of webinars being conducted by the committee. So thanks to the chairman, the vice chairman, all the office bearers who have worked day and night for making us better. So the experience we have accumulated, the education we have accumulated, the skills we possess, the knowledge we have gained, and the ideas we usually generate, all these holistically makes the human capital. And we are proud of this human capital. But alone, you can't do gargantuan task. You need people around us. One human capital has the limitations, but if you have different human capitals around us, then definitely they will work together. We'll create a synergy. We will collaborate. And this is how you become a part of the society. And keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, society here, I'm talking about not the Facebook and the Instagram, not the social medias. Because there are a lot of people today who are like posting a lot of things on social medias and thinking that a lot of people they follow them, a lot of people they have connections. But the real people who connect with you, with whom you talk, with whom you can relate, they are your real social capital. If in need you call 10 people, how many people will come to you? They are the real social capital you have accumulated. But today people are flaunting their social media connections. I have 40,000, I have 30,000. That's wonderful. We have influences. But yes, here we are not talking about the influences. We're talking about the role models. Are you the one who is called the role model, or someone else is your role model? Are you being idealized, or someone else idealizes you? So keep in mind one positive line for yourself that you, yes, you, sir, yes, you, ma'am, you are an inspiration for someone you don't know. Please, please don't break their trust in you because they follow you, they imitate you, they copy you, they want to be like you. And this is how our relationships are built. Not only inside the six walls of the house, rather everywhere. It is rightly said, when someone goes, people they say, thank God. And when someone comes, people they say, thank God. Wisely choose which slab we want to fall into. Either the first, when we go and people say, thank God, or the second, when we come and people say, thank God. Because this decides, this decodes the relationship we have with people. Then comes the professional network. Professionally, we need to have a wonderful network. And for that, we need to meet people every day. Try to find out one or two people in your life. Try to add, rather, not find out. Try to add one or two people in your life who can be synced with your vision, who can be having the same goals what you have in your mind. And this is how you all can go on the same path. I'm not here to ask you to gather like a herd of people. भीड़ नहीं चाहिए. We don't need a crowd. We need quality people in our life, not quantity people. We don't need to focus on the birds of same feathers flock together. We need to have right-minded people, not like-minded people. And then comes friends, where we have no expectations. If you have at least one person, one friend in your life on whose shoulder you can lie and cry, and that person is not going to judge you, congratulations. You are lucky. You are very wealthy. You have a wonderful social capital. But if you have a lot of contacts, you have a lot of followers, and still you don't have that one person in your life, you don't have that shoulder in your life, you don't have that one person who is not going to judge you, then we need to rethink what we have gained in our life. So, ladies and gentlemen, philosophically and psychologically, I was trying to go more deep. Let's not go that deep. Let's focus on the psychological capital, how to develop. But before that, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are? Yes, I'm talking to you. Do you know who you are? I'm not talking about your name. I'm not talking about a designation. I'm not talking about the degrees you have gained. I'm talking simply about you, who you are. Because the name you are proud of, your parents have given it to you. The surname, we are proud of, the pedigree or the family tree, it has given to us. We don't possess it. Who we are. And it can be decided on the four factors of HERO. Tumme hai hero. Everybody has a hero inside. And are you aware of the decisions you take? Are you aware of the moments you have experienced? Are you aware of the engagements you are engaged? Where you achieve, where you gain, where you experience wonderful satisfactions. And if any moment, any decision, any judgment, any work, any assignment, any project you have been through, you have undergone, you have taken, and in that situation you really enjoyed it, congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, you have a wonderful psychological capital. But if all these things are reduced, then we need to analyze that what actually we are lacking. What actually we are lacking. So, psychological capital, it is a wonderful concept. A concept not new to humanity, but the moment humans were conceived on this planet, since time immemorial, we are possessing it. But due to the industrialization and due to the evolution process, somewhere we forgot it. And in the last 70, 80 years, we always thrived to gain bread and butter. We always thrived to have a wonderful house, a wonderful car. And I'm not against it. Money is very, very much required. Money is very much required. At least you can buy an insurance policy. At least you can buy clothes. At least you can help someone. Money is very much required. Money is an important aspect of life. Keep in mind. Money is an important. It is not everything, but it is something. It is something. So that capital, congratulations, you all have gained it. You all have accumulated it. But I know a lot of people who have a pile of money, but still they're struggling in their life. But still they are thinking, yeah, something is missing. Something is missing. And that missing part is because in our evolution process, when we started like shedding different parts of our body and our brain started evolving more and more, so we tried to shift from the emotional part to the logical part. And logics are always required, but not only logical will help you in life. So the psychological capital, it never talks about like you should shed money or you should forego money. Rather, it says when you have money, that's a wonderful thing. But how to use it, how to overcome the pain of losing it, how to find out ways to more accumulation of wealth so that you can help people around you, you can help the society as well. So psychological capital tries to find out the ways through which you can help yourself through the capitals we have accumulated in our life. And when we lack the psychological capital, you all have experienced the stress. The stress. And the stress is just like the mathematical concept of Fibonacci series because it is a loop. Fibonacci series where 1 is equal to 1.16. It is not 1 is equal to 1. So when 1.16, there won't be any circle. It is always a spiral, always a spiral, always a spiral. And we are stuck in the overthinking process. We are never going to get out of it. We try to navigate. We try to find out that why this ambiguity, why this change. But when you have that psychological capital in your treasure, it will help always to chart the path, to map where you want to go, to find out the routes, the ways to your stress, to your problems. It will help you to navigate even in the darkest nights. That compass is the psychological capital which helps you to navigate. If you have a wonderful psychological capital, then you can connect with people amazingly. Not like Nokia Mobile, whose tagline was connecting people, but it got disconnected. Today, Nokia is no more. RIP, rest in pieces. But when you have a wonderful psychological capital, ladies and gentlemen, people around you would be amazed, would be happy, would be having a wonderful smile and not a fake one, but a real one. And this is how you can create relationships. And one relationship which is very much required for us, chartered accountants, is called the client relationship. The client relationship. So we can manage the client relationship as well. And for this, we don't need to please them. Not at all. I'm not talking about pleasing your client. I'm talking about how to manage them, how to maintain that relationship with them forever. And to maintain that relationship, we need to understand that we don't need to follow some unethical ways. Psychological capital, the people who have it, they are the one who always focuses on ethical ways of decision making. Ethical ways of decision making. Always you have an option of compromising with your ethics. Always. The people who lack psychological capital, they will definitely compromise. But people who have a wonderful pile of psychological capital, a good amount of psychological capital, they will always take the ethical way because they know if they compromise today, they will get a short term benefit, but in long term, they know it is long term capital loss. People with psychological capital, they focus a lot on LTCG, long term capital gain. So, this is how ethical even government across the world they focuses on the long term capital gain because when a country is generating long term capital gain, it is going to help the entire nation. So as a human, if you are focusing on your psychological capital, you are going to help entire self of you. And the self includes people around you as well. And when you talk about people around you, if they are forcefully working, they are not happy. They are always in stress. They are like always cranky. We need to analyze your leadership style. We need to analyze our team performance. And if there's no choice in them, we need to rethink what is lacking inside us. If a company or organization is having a huge employee turnover rate, then the company needs to analyze, are they opting the right way of human resource management? Are they only focusing on accumulating their capital, the financial capital, or are they accumulating the psychological capital as well? Not for only themselves, but for the entire organization. Because as a single human, if you are successful, that's good. But if people around you they are failures, they have failed in their life, it means some unethical decision we must would have taken. We need to understand that leadership is not about only taking benefits, reaping benefits out of people. Rather, leadership is all about creating new leaders. A true leader is the one who passes the torch to the next generation. A true leader is the one who is never afraid of competition. Because the leader always knows it's not a competition, rather, it's a complementing thing. And this is how, if you are the one, you are the leader who always compliments in a positive way, your team will be attached with you. And they won't be saying no strings attached. There would be a string which must have been attached with everyone. And this is how your mental growth, your mental valuation, your mental synergy with everyone would be rising. Your mental peace would be rising. You would be happy, not only satisfied. And this will increase that whenever you face problems, it will help you to find out a path out of it. It will help you to think holistically. It will help you to visualize, analyze from all the aspects, not only one aspect. And this will help to increase the graph of your professional life. In your career, you'll be having a long perspective. You'll be having a long, amazing, beautiful, beneficial period, not a short term. And you'll be contented, you'll be satisfied with your career. You won't be saying, oh, I'm missing something. I'm missing something. And this is how, ladies and gentlemen, when you are contented, you are satisfied, you know how to scrutinize your life. You know how to handle the different aspects of your life, either in your favor or against you. You know how to handle those and all the people with whom I'm connected right now with the positive vibes. I'm pretty sure you all must have faced some turbulence in your life. Mine, I'd like to share. It was the year 2009. I faced some health issues in my spine. I was on bed for approximately 9 months. It was really a turbulent moment in my life because I was recently married. I had financial responsibilities and I was on bed. That's wonderful. And I got amalgamated in the nature of merger, not purchase. So it was my choice to get amalgamated in in marriage. My wife, she used to always smile, but yes, I could see the pain in her eyes. So, but thankfully, she took care of all the aspects of my life that time. Even financially, she was the one who was taking care. I was bedridden. I was frustrated because what I thought of my life, it was not going that way. Mentally, physically, I was very, very, very upset. Then, thank God, I started developing one habit, and that is called reading books. That was a wonderful decision I took in 2019, 2009, sorry, 2009, not 19. In 2009, I took that decision that I should read books. And when I started reading books, my thought process, my mental, scanning, my mental lenses, they started shifting. They started shifting from the pain to something else. And then one day, I was watching a video on internet, and I saw a wonderful speaker speak on the stage with his heart out, and everybody in the audience was so happy. They were clapping for him. Suddenly clicked. Yes, this is what I want to do in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the moment when I chose to become a speaker. It was a God's plan. And I really believe because I lived that phrase called blessing in disguise. I really thank God for that spine problem. If I had not faced that problem of spine, I would be would have been in job today. I'm happy that I faced that turbulent moment. And that turbulent moment opened a lot of opportunities to me. It's been approximately 15 years now. So, you all must have faced such situations. Scrutinize it. And to understand the analysis of the scrutiny, please focus on the different aspects of the psychological capital. And the people who are in the 51 to 60 category of the psychological capital, they must have experienced that yes, the setback, they're not permanent, they're temporary. And indeed, blessing in disguise is a wonderful and truthful concept. I have experienced it, and from that day onwards, my philosophy of stage has become preach what you practice. Preach what you practice and practice what you have preached. So that's why we talk from heart. We talk from heart, but yes, with logics, not to impress someone, but to leave impact in someone's life. And this is called the real investment beyond the technical skills. Because if you have like impacted, not infected, keep in mind there's a very thin line between infect and impact. When you impact someone, you touch someone from inside. You touch someone from inside. And that person, whenever they meet you, they cannot express that gratitude always. But yes, you can see in their eyes that twinkle, that spark. They're like, good. So again, I'm saying, please keep in mind, you are someone's inspiration. Please don't break their trust in you. You have invested in someone's life, not with technical knowledge, but yes, with psychological capital. It is a wonderful investment to someone's life. Ladies and gentlemen, you are a wonderful investor. Congratulations. So, are you the hero? Are you the hero? And hero again, I'm saying it's not about the gender. I'm not saying it's about the gender. It's about a concept. Do you have the hero inside? If you recall that advertisement of Bajaj, Hum mein hai hero. So do you have that hero inside? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lieutenant Colonel Mitali Madhumita. Lieutenant Colonel Mitali Madhumita. I don't know how many of you know about her. I don't know. Because she's not from the glamour industry. She's not from the senior blitz. She's not from page three. She's a lady who had adorned the olive green dress, the uniform of the Indian Army, the respectable Indian Army. And she is one of the best trainers of Officers Training Academy, Chennai. But how many of you know that why I'm sharing this picture over here? Is it just because that she's a lady and that's why I'm trying to focus on women empowerment? Or is it about creating feminism over here? Not at all. Not at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you hero is not about a gender. Hero is about a thought process. It's about a concept which is inside you. And hero are the four pillars the God has gifted to us. Lieutenant Colonel Mitali Madhumita, the first lady officer awarded with Gallantry Award, decorated lady officer. When she was posted in Afghanistan for I think, a teaching assignment, she got to know about the attack on the Indian embassy and she took the responsibility. Although she was not given command or ordered, but yes, she took the responsibility and she saved a lot of humans over there. Along with this, Colonel Mitali Madhumita, she, I think, filed a PIL, public interest litigation, uh, because earlier women were not allowed for permanent commission in the defense forces. Women were not allowed to go through the NDA route, National Defense Academy route. Women used to go through the CDS, Combined Defense Services route, and they used to go for the short-term commission, 5 or 10 years. So there was no permanent commission of, I think, 28 years or 30 years of job for the women officers. She fought legally. And it was 2019, I believe, that the Supreme Court, if I'm wrong, please do correct me with the judgments. So in 2019, the judgment was passed that the Defense Ministry need to rethink, reanalyze, and redesign the NDA exams from 2021, I believe, the first time women of India, they appeared in the written exams of NDA, National Defense Academy. And 2021 was the year, I believe, that a girl from Haryana, she scored the first rank in NDA written exams. And there onwards, women in Army, Navy, Air Force, they have entered the defense forces through NDA, National Defense Academy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a small introduction of Lieutenant Colonel Mithali Madhumita. She had all the excuses in her life. Why to fight against the system? Why to fight against the no, ministry itself? Imagine she was in service. She was donning the olive attire. She had responsibility. She was accountable towards the dress. But yes, a true officer, she took the responsibility and she took the accountability of the HERO, and she realized that she need to fight for the rights of the future woman whom she might not be knowing anyone. But today, she's the one who is responsible for the positive changes in numerous women's life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just because of the psychological capital she possesses. She might not be having a financial capital, but yes, the psychological capital she possesses, I have not seen anybody in my life who has this pile, this wealth of psychological capital. She is one of my NCC batchmates' elder sister. She hails from Orissa. So this is a simple example that how a person whom nobody knows, but still they become the hero. And it is rightly said, the real heroes, they don't wear capes. They don't need to showcase that they are the superheroes. They work without any credits. They work without any recognition. And they work and they work and they work. They work for the betterment of the whole society. This is what we need to understand. That psychological capital is not only about betterment of the self, but the betterment of people around us. So, HERO, hero, hope, efficacy, resilience, and optimism. These are four words which are wonderful concepts shared in the dictionary. And the English dictionary, they have numerous words. But whenever we combine the H, the E, the R, and the O alphabet, suddenly people around us, they change their perspective. They change the way they look at us. When you say, hey, you are a hero, and suddenly, oh, seriously? And your body language also changes. Yeah, you are a hero, come on. So, hope. One of the best, one of the best things, one of the best tool, one of the best weapon God gifted to human, only human, hope. We can do anything. We can pass any channel. We can climb any mountain. We can break any ground. We can go to anywhere in the space. We can do anything just because of hope. HOPE, hope. I read about a lady, a sportsman woman who was going for a tournament, and in the train she was burgled, and the people who attacked on her, they threw her on the platform, or not on the platform, rather on the railway track. She was lying unconscious on the railway track, and the rodents, they were tearing her body apart. She lost a lot of blood, and when she was hospitalized, her leg, I believe, was amputated. The people who attacked on her took her leg, took her money, but they could not take the hope. They could not steal the hope. They could not take away what was inside her, the hope. I believe that the same lady climbed Mount Everest, Arunima Sinha. You must be aware of this lady. I salute this lady for the strong willpower, for the strong hope she had. about her own self. And because of that hope, she could climb that Mount Everest with an amputated leg. Where people like you and me, we cannot think of climbing even a small mountain, but she climbed it. And hope in our life as chartered accountants, you all have experienced that factor of hope when you joined chartered accountant course some years ago or some decades ago. You had a hope that you are going to be the first person in your family who would gain or who would like achieve the tagline called CA, the word or the designation, not designation, rather the degree with dignity. CA, chartered accountant, CSR. You had that hope. You visualized it. You studied. You might have failed. You might have succeeded. But today, you are here as a chartered accountant. And the day you got the degree, visualize that smile. Visualize that tear in your eyes. Visualize that smile on people around you. When your family, they hugged you. I know you must be feeling that goosebumps right now. It is that beautiful experience of hope which is still, existing in your life today. Every day we have something in our life. We have some expectations. We know we can do it just because of hope. And it's the proactive planning. So when you have hope, you know about you. You know about you. You know that yes, it can be done. You know, yes, it can be achieved. And then you start gaining the skills you require. You start learning the trait you require. You start acquiring the knowledge you require. And this is how your efficiency increases. Your efficiency increases. करत करत अभ्यास ते जड़मति हो सुजान रसरिया व चाहत ते सिल पर पड़त निशान. So you start doing it, doing it, doing it. A belief factor that yes, you possess those abilities, you possess those skills which can give you the required results, which can give you the required positive results. Whatever you wanted in your life, the goals you tried, the goals you designed in your life, you knew that yes, you are going to achieve it. And the skills you possessed, they gave you the results. This is what, in simple layman's term, is called the efficacy. And as a chartered accountant, you are effective, you are efficient. And I'm saluting your efficacy that yes, you can achieve anything in your life. So you have both H and E. Now comes the third pillar, R, resilience. Resilience. Again, who better than you can understand resilience? May, November, May, November, May, November. And today it is January, May, and September. January, May, and September. Out of 10 people, approx 7 people, they could not clear that time, and 3 people, they succeeded. But yes, the 7 people, they were not disheartened. For a temporary moment, they felt bad, they felt sad, they had sorrows. But yes, they started again. Again, I will do this, I'll clear this time. And finally, in the next attempt, some people they qualified. In the next attempt, the rest of the people they qualified. This is one of the best examples of resilience. I salute you all that your resilience power is to the power n. It's infinite. It's infinite. Whenever you feel today that yes, now I'm not able to bounce back, stop for a moment, close your eyes, and visualize your exam result day. Visualize your exam result day and enjoy the day forever. And when you open your eyes, I can guarantee you, ladies and gentlemen, you'll be ready to bounce back. If you believe that you're stuck somewhere, you're not able to bounce back, then visualize the amazing good moments of your life. The moments when you achieved something in your life which was very difficult to achieve. That will give you that hope, and that hope will push you, will push you towards resilience to bounce back again. And this is how, when you are resilient, you can understand that every moment, every phase of your life, every action you take, every disaster you face, your thought process is always optimistic. You are aware that there's a way, there's a route. One of my students recently, a company secretary, he was laid off. He was very disheartened. He came to me and said, Bhaiya, I'm facing a lot of problem in my professional life. I said, yes, I could see the pain. And he got recently married. So I can understand his pain because I have been through that. I was totally empathizing with him. But I could not say that don't take tension, because it's quite easy to say rather than to like feel it. So I said, no issues, brother. Definitely, you are facing problem, and I'm happy that you accepted the situation. Now tell me what you want to do in the next part. He said, sir, Abhi, I'm applying for new jobs. I said, that's good. I asked, where are you applying? He said, anywhere. If I get a job, I'll be happy. I said, don't work in that way. Start analyzing your skills, start analyzing your experiences, the work experience you have worked, the industry you have worked in. Try to find out companies or people who are working in those companies. Go through LinkedIn way, go through some other ways through which we can connect with them. Start sending them resumes, and also try to find out consultants who are working in the consultancy of jobs. So he used those options. He applied to some jobs, and finally, the next week he got calls from 2, 3 companies. So he went to Gurgaon for the interview. He was selected, but he had a problem that the previous company was not giving him the termination, sorry, not the termination, rather the no, letter of quitting the job because of some issues he was having. So I said, no issues, again, no issues. And the recent company which was going to hire him, they told that we need the letter of leaving the job right now. And he was not having it, so he lost that job as well. Finally, in the meantime, through some contacts, he had applied in Coca-Cola company, and he got a call from Coca-Cola. He got the call and he told, Bhaiya, I got a call. I said, wonderful, go for the job, go for the interview right now. He used all the experiences of his previous jobs, the knowledge he had. I told him also try to upgrade in the area of taxation, GST, and a lot of things which you think that might help you in that new job. He upgraded his knowledge. He read some concepts, which was the ongoing recent one. He went through some case studies as well. He went for the interview. It was a huge success. But the problem he faced was one more. That company told, Coca-Cola told that you have to relocate to Lucknow. I said, no issues, yeah. You are a localite of Lucknow. Go and shift there. Your cost of living would be much more economical, not cheaper, much more economical than the Delhi NCR area. He calculated. And finally, he took the decision to relocate to Coca-Cola. The job from which he was retrenched and the job he recently joined, Coca-Cola, the pay was totally different, and it was a good 50% hike. Ladies and gentlemen, it was just because of the hero factor he possessed. I just gave him a path. We need someone in our life to guide us. I was just a factor of adding value to his life. And thank God, I'm really happy that God gave me the opportunity to be a part of it. And yes, I always focused him, told him that please be optimistic, be optimistic. And optimism doesn't mean only, oh, yes, I know all is well, everything is positive, everything is positive. I told him, update yourself, upgrade yourself, analyze where you are lacking, and go for the next interview prepared. You should be prepared. It's better to be over prepared always. And this is how he got the job. And today he is really happy, enjoying his life. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have been through such phases of life. This is the way we handle the different parts of our life, the different situations of our life. This is the way we develop the psychological capital. Individually, we have to work on it. And when you have succeeded individually, then we should shift towards the organizational level. Because a true leader is the one who preaches what they practice. And whatever you have practiced, when you start preaching them, then only people will relate with it. Only then people will be having trust in you. Only then you would be confident enough. If you are preaching something out of YouTube or some books you read or something articles you read and you have never practiced it, the confidence factor you would be always lacking. And this is how your personality, your self-esteem, your proactivity, everything, it increases in a compounding way. In a compounding way. Sorry. So when you have worked individually in the different aspects of your psychological capital, ladies and gentlemen, you develop your personal life, you develop your mental life, you develop your health, you develop your wealth, you develop the relationships around you, you become more adaptive, you become more positive, you adapt to different cultures, and your intelligence increases. Your stress decreases, your anxiety decreases, and your body relaxes. One tool I can recommend you all if you want to grow individually in psychological capital, ladies and gentlemen, this is a wonderful tool. And the name of the book is Emotional Intelligence. The author name is Daniel Goleman. It's a wonderful book, wonderful book. And if you go through this book, don't try to just read it. Don't try to just read it. Read 2, 3 pages and try to implement it in your day to day life. That is the way through which you can develop individually. And when you start developing individually, start using the same concept in your offices, in your professional life. And this is how simultaneously you will develop on the individual level and you will develop on the organizational level. And you can see the changes. The things which you thought that I need to eliminate from life, they would be definitely eliminated without focusing on those problems. And the skills, the areas you thought that I need to develop positively, they would be developed positively because now you're focusing on the solutions, on the positive outcomes, and the positive actions you can take. And this is how your performance across your personal and professional life will be changing. So let's try to find out some more ways, some more strategies through which we all can develop the psychological capital in our life. I have used some of those tools in my life. For example, journaling. I have used the journaling tool in my life, and it's a wonderful tool. I have been using since my class 12th. I used to journal, and whenever no, I feel a bit low, I just open my diaries from yesteryears. I read them, and I feel a bit elated. I feel a bit happy, and sometimes I get solutions of the problems I'm facing right now. So why to develop psychological capital? You all are aware. On the left side, you could see machines. On the right side, you could see machines. And the factor which is missing here is the human factor. And the human factor is facing stress, stress, stress of the unknown, stress of the unknown. And the CA profession is also a part of this anxiety, of this stress, and the fear of the unknown. Chartered accountants, we are not an exception. We are also a part of this ever changing environment. We are also being a part of the anxiety of the machines. But yes, thank God, we are more adaptive. We are more resilient. We have faced a lot of situations in life through which now we know we can overcome this. Now, as a chartered accountant, if you want to thrive in your life, professional, personally, then keep in mind, we just need to focus on the creativity. And here comes one suggestion from me, the 1981 model. I graduated in the year 2001 and Google became successful in 2003. So I don't trust AI, I trust NI, natural intelligence. Today, I'm not saying that we should not be using AI, but yes, I'm going to say that please don't be dependent only on AI. Don't be dependent only on AI. And when I connect with the youngsters today, I feel a bit pity on them. I'm so sorry to use such a strong statement. I feel pity on them because any small problem, they just go to the AI bot and typed to get the solution. But you all know most of the times the solution provided by the AI is not realistic and it's not correct as well. The creativity you have inside you, use it. Every time you can use creativity. If you want solutions to your problem, then think from a different perspective. If you all could relate, how many of you have been in your childhood, been to melas or the local fairs? If you have been there, you must have experienced a small toy in which there was a conical shape, and inside the cone there was two glasses, and inside those two lenses there were broken bangles. I believe it is called the kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope. You just move it, move it, move it. You could see different designs inside that. And imagine those designs were lying inside that kaleidoscope. That kaleidoscope is you. You need to understand, you need to be using that power of creativity always. And for that, we need to use 5W1H. 5W1H. What, where, when, why, who, and how. When you use 5W1H, you can use the power of creativity. Then comes, if you are using creativity, it will give you a flow. It will give you a flow, a route, a chart through which you can understand that where you are heading. And this, technically, if you want to use, then use the concept of mind mapping. Tony Buzan is an author who has written on the concept of mind mapping. When you start using the concept of mind mapping, you can create a wonderful flow of everything in your life, right from your relationships to your professional assignments. And finally, the third, you need to be patient. Be patient, but don't become a patient. Be patient, but don't become a patient. Patience. Always people, they try to test our patience. The best way is keep calm and smile. Keep calm and smile. Again, easy to speak and hard to practice. Easy to speak and hard to practice. But yes, when you start imitating it, it will become a part of your personality. But don't smile in all situations. In some situation, we need to show the sorrow on our face as well. Empathy. Everybody is talking about empathy today, but I don't know how many of us practice empathy because it is very difficult. Very difficult. A, B, and C, three friends. One day, unfortunately, the mother of A passed away. B and C went to meet A. In this situation, I believe B and C could not empathize. They can only give sympathy. But some years ago, the mother of C already passed away, had passed. Now, today, the mother of A passed away. B and C went to meet A. B can only give sympathy, but C can share empathy with A because he had or she had been in that situation some years ago. That is called sympathy. Sorry, that is called empathy. So when you are talking to someone who is in front of you, we need to empathize. You are the audience today. I'm the speaker today. I need to empathize with my audience because if you are listening to me for the last 1.5 hours, I know listening is very difficult. So I created my session in that way where if I would have been the audience, what do I need? And that is the empathetic way of my sessions. Now, next, we can use this thrive mode, the mental clarity, emotional strength plus ethical action. When you want to use psychological capital in your life, then there are some traits which we need to upgrade or we need to update or we need to inculcate. Upgrade, update, or inculcate. The first is called your thinking, the second is your focus, the third is emotion, and finally the leadership. So if your thinking is very rigid, is reactive, then people will take benefit out of it. As a chartered accountant, you have always been told that you should use professional skepticism. You have been told to use professional skepticism, not rigidness. You cannot be rigid always because we are dependent on the documents being provided by our clients. We cannot be rigid that I need it. We need to use the human factor as well. So if you want to thrive, not only survive, we need to use creativity. We need to focus on solutions that how can I get the documents? Because if this X person is not giving the document, then what is the channel through which I can get the documents or I can get this answers at least. And when you start using this thrive mode, you can use more of your skills to become more successful. But if you're rigid, God bless. The people who are rigid, they break down. So if your focus is distracted, if it is overwhelmed always, you're just surviving. You're just surviving. And psychological capital, we are not talking about only surviving. We are talking about going through the thriving mode. We have to be in the thrival mode. So if your focus is deep, if it is structured, and if it is more confident, you'll always thrive. If you want to learn something, then go deep inside it. Go deep inside it. Go for the structured, the vertical and the horizontal part of that knowledge. And when you gain that knowledge, you'll be more confident. Because whenever people ask questions, you'll say, oh, yes, yeah. Do you know about ESG? Oh, definitely I know about ESG. Do you know about this? Oh, yes, definitely I know. I'm the person who can give you solutions. Come to me. My dear friend, I'll give you the solutions. And when you have the solution, people will come towards you. Emotion. If we are always frustrated, God bless, you'll be alone always. You'll be alone always. In our north, we call about a concept called the Fufaji syndrome. So sorry to use the relations over here. So Fufaji syndrome is a concept where some people in our family, whatever the occasion is, they're always like, they are frustrated. They always want attention. They are very irritating. And such people are always standing and sitting alone. But if you are the one who thrives, you are always calm, you are patient, you listen to people, and then you are always surrounded by people. You are a storyteller. You are a storyteller, and people would love that storyteller. You will be having a wonderful network. And this is how your leadership will thrive only when you are supportive and you have a vision long term. Because the people who are connected with you, they need long term thing, not the short term thing. And your psychological capital, it will build your leadership, it will give you an ethical way, and it will give more positiveness in your life. And people around you, your employees, your clients, and whenever you are going to somewhere, people will always connect with you because you have that positive aura which is being showcased in your personality. And you are the one who knows how to handle this person spatially. You know how to handle this person spatially. Client from hell. Client from hell. Please don't take in a negative way. And it is not saying it is just for clients. Client from hell is not a negative concept, but yes, we are humans, and God has created numerous variety of humans. Some you love to talk, and some you love to avoid. And this client from hell, they're not bad people because they are the one who wants logical answers for everything. They want to go deep and deep and deep. They're never satisfied. They're never contented. And they're never happy with your solutions. But if you know how to handle them, ladies and gentlemen, God bless you. You have hit the bull's eye. Just like our dear friend Ravi. One day, he went for a meeting for a startup client. And in the meeting, everybody was talking about Fanana Dimkhana. And my dear friend Ravi, who was a bit delayed. And he was like trying to impress people with different things. The founder, he was very much demanding, he was very much impatient, he was aggressive, and he tried to manage everything. He blamed Ravi, yaar, your team is dealing everything, your team, and you are a chartered accountant, I thought that you must be having that knowledge. And unfortunately, he shouted that you all are doing nothing, you are just destroying a company. The entire team of Ravi, they were feeling bad, they were feeling really disheartened, and they were about to resign. Now, Ravi, a person who was the perfect example of HERO, hero, he was the one who knew that there's a better way. Better way right now, I'm not able to see it, but yes, he knew that if I remain patient, if I knew what my client wanted, then we can create a situation where we'll be having a mutual respect. We must be having a boundaries. So whatever he did, he started a feedback session, one to one, and then he started clarifying that what was happened, and it was not just through speech, through talk. Rather, it was through documents he gathered, and you all are aware of SA 230 documentation. So that is the one way of creating the structured way of feedback. Then he told that I'm a chartered accountant and we cannot be demeaned like this. So he told to the HR that we need to revise, we need to revisit the documents, the contract we have signed, and we need to understand if there's an escalation, what would be the mechanism. And this is how, ladies and gentlemen, Ravi, in a wise way, created a path. And he gave that trust to his team members that yes, we are heading on the right path. Please be patient. Please be patient. Don't take this situation intentionally and individually on yourself. It was a situation which was created because of some misunderstandings. And now, after these three things, the structured feedback system, the documentations, what they want, what we are going to provide, and the structured and the revised agreements we are going to sign, and the escalation mechanism, will be handling the situation only through this way, no other way. And if the same happens, what happened in the boardroom, if same happens, then we are free to part away. We are free to go different ways. So this is how Ravi used the power of hope. Now, efficacy, depending and on the confidence he had of the knowledge of the profession, the consultancy, the financial knowledge he had, the analytical skills he had, he knew I can handle this. I can handle this. And this is how he gave some pain points. He touched some pain points of the client and gave solutions to those pain points. And that was the time when Mr. James, who was frustrated, suddenly calmed down because of the efficacy Ravi showcased over there. And that situation, the short term loss, which people believe is an insult, Ravi didn't take it in a negative way. He didn't react it. Rather, he responded. He responded and he knew that this was not intentionally to harm my respect. It was something which came unexpectedly. And I'm not going to break myself for this incidents. He had an ethical way of handling it. And he knew that if he uses his resilience in a long term, he would be getting benefit out of it. So he bounced back. He remained grounded. He didn't react it. And he didn't shout over there. Rather, he used a very logical methodology of handling it. And this showcases Ravi's optimism that whatever the situation is, he had answer to those unexpected moments, unexpected challenges, and he knew how to be more positive because he had trust on his potentials, on his skills, on his knowledge, on his degree, and on his wisdom. And thank God he didn't focus on problems alone. And this is how, when you face different situations, just like Ravi, I believe that in such situation, in high stakes relationships, your mindset should be your greatest asset. Because that was one of the biggest clients of Ravi. He had an option of exiting from that contract. Definitely, he would be not getting insulted like that, but he would have lost a great client. I'm not saying that we should compromise with our dignity, but yes, don't get confused with dignity with some professional mishappenings. And don't take everything personally. The problem is we take everything personally. And this is how we believe that the entire world is conspirating against us. Our mindset becomes such restrictive, such minuscule that we cannot analyze the different perspective, the outcomes of it. So when you start investing on your mindset, your technical skills will definitely help you in every part of your life. But if you have the technical skills, but you have not invested in your mindsets, you might be facing a lot of problems in your life. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to understand the return on investment. The return on investment, you all are the experts of it. If you are investing 1 rupee, you need a return of minimum 5 rupees. So if you have invested on your mindset, do you know that return would be much, much, much bigger than what we expected? Because you'll be handling all the pressures without any problems or any errors. You would be like talking your experience, sharing your experiences with people. You would be a great storyteller. You would be infecting people in a positive way. An infection is not bad. If it is a positive way, when your smile infects people, they will always smile along with you. And this creates a long term relationship with them. So, what to do? We are left with not much time. So, what to do? First, the candle test. Use this candle test: the mental rest, the physical rest, the emotional rest, the sensory rest, the spiritual rest, the social rest, and the creative rest. We need these 7 rest in our life. We need to rest. We are a human machine. We also face wear and tear. We also face depreciation. Take rest. Quiet the mind. Go for meditation. Start journaling. Quiet your body as well. Go for some massages or go for the no the gymming. Go for some exercises. Take time to talk to someone. Take time to share your experiences, share your emotions. And if you are facing turbulence, talk to experts, talk to psychologists. Your senses are always today, if they're engaged with mobiles, with a lot of things, give them a rest. Close your eyes. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself. Do the pranayam. That's it. And then connect with the bigger source, the spiritual realm. You'll feel there's something much bigger. There's something much bigger. And seriously, whatever I have gained in my life, there's something which has always helped me, thanks to that spiritual part of my life. And this is how social rest you'll set boundaries with people. Nobody will take advantage of you. Nobody would be having that power to disrespect you. And then your creativity will always help you. When you start writing, when you start thinking, when you become more curious, you will understand that how you can be more talented and you can learn how to use the psychological capital. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the verge of closing the session now. We have approx 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes, and the time comes for taking action. We talked a lot about psychological capital. We talked about HERO. We talked about the situation of Ravi. We talked about different aspects of the psychological capital. Now, how to use it in our day to day life. And for that, please, on your screen, we have a small weekly routine, a schedule. I have been following this, I have done this, and I know it is very effective. I have gained the result of this. And when I gained the result, I experienced it, I got the positive outcome, then only I'm sharing this with you all. So, it is a customized one. It is not that it should be followed the same way. We should not be rigid. as per your situation, as per your life, as per your schedule of your life. You can edit whatever you want to do. So we have the 7 days and seven focus areas. Monday, focus on the hope. Write three micro goals. Write three micro goals. For example, that this week I'll complete this book. No? I'll complete this book, Emotional Intelligence. This week, I will start journaling. This week, I'll walk 10,000 steps. So this is a kind of three micro goals, and every time start visualizing it. Start visualizing it. So this is how the entire week you will be focusing on hope. And the moment you complete this book, you'll be very happy. Because hope, when it is fulfilled, it brings happiness. Then comes efficacy. Tuesday, identify one challenge and try to find out the ways how to handle it. For example, this week I have a challenge that I have a new client, and the topic usually I cater. I'm a corporate trainer, so my training areas are behavioral skills, leadership skills, the soft skills, and the related parts. But this week I have an assignment. One of my clients, they contacted me and they told that, Govindji, you have to deliver a program of 6 hours on financial management for leaders. And seriously, it was a challenging task for me because I'm not into the profession as you all are practicing. It was very challenging, but yes, thank God. Thank God, I have like a mind map in my mind and on paper as well. Now, from today onwards, I have started working on that challenge, and now I have the ways that how to handle that challenge. First, I'm again reading the study module of CA course on a very brief way, and I'm reading some case studies through which I can connect with them, and I'm trying to know the industry where I'm going to deliver the program, and you'll be like surprised to know my audience size would be six, and they would be all the HODs of the different verticals, including the finance vertical. I need to understand the different aspects they are facing, the different problems they're facing. So I need to do the surgery of that industry, that entire process, what they are going through. And then I have to find out the solutions I can provide them. So it's a challenging task for me. But yes, I have started my work on that part. So any day of the week you can use as per your schedule. This week I have shifted the efficacy to Monday itself. So then comes the Wednesday part, and it's about resilience. Resilience, whenever I feel that I'm facing a setback, I'm facing a bit stressed, my anxiety is taking over my life, I take a pause and I write down some events of my life. I write down my experiences. I write down what I gained from those moments, from those challenges, from those areas where I could not succeed or I could not fulfill the expectations. And try to note it down on paper. And Wednesday, I usually think that if I'm facing something right now, my past experiences, are they able to provide solutions? And this, technically, you all know, is called historical analysis. So, based on my historical analysis, I try to find out the solutions. I try to find out that how can I bounce back from this situation. So, this Wednesday can be devoted to the resilience part. Thursday, uh, end of the reflection. When I have experienced that challenge, I have experienced that problem, then I need to understand that what are the outcomes. What happened. So I'll write three things, the good things which happened with me. And this is how I will start investing on my psychological capital. I'll be investing every week three new areas in my life. And in the at the end of the year, when I financial closing, I would be having a wonderful 52 weeks into three. 52 weeks into 356. areas where I've invested, my portfolio would be very wider. Then comes Friday. I'll be learning. I'll be learning more and more. I'll be listening to podcast. I'll be trying to read something. I'll try to write something. I'll try to connect with experts of the field and upgrade myself. Saturday is the integration of everything I collected, I learned, I experienced. And finally, Sunday, the entire reflection. My mindset, it helps me. I connect with my family. I give time with to people. I make phone calls. I try to reconnect with some of my friends. This coming December, my school is going to celebrate 60 years of the 60th foundation day, and I'm planning to attend that. And for that, I'm trying to schedule all my activities till December. So this is how my reflection of the things I have done or I am trying to do will help me out. So, wonderful tool to help me in my psychological capital accumulation. One of the easiest way is the psychological capital journal. I shared with you all since my class 12th. I have been journaling, and it is a recollection of a lot of things I have done in my life. Whenever I feel I'm in the gray area or the dark area, I just flip the pages. I go through my experiences. Sometimes have teary eyes reading to those experiences. Sometimes I have a wonderful smile when I go visualize those moments of my life. And then I actually live that line that we don't remember the days, we remember the moments. So, this is how your psychological capital journal will always guide you. Achha, when you start writing it, then only you can advise someone. Because preach what you practice. If you want that your juniors, your kids should follow this, then you should first do that. Because when you have done that, then only you know the outcomes. Are they good for you? Or you should do some amendments. You should do some changes in that. So, psychological capital journal is a thing which you all can relate in a technical way with the SA 230 documentation part or your audit journal or audit book you refer to. So, whenever you face problem in future audits, you just go through the previous audit, no, the reports you have signed or the audit books you have created, and you flip the pages and you try to connect with the current problem, and then good, bingo, you have the solution. A wonderful tool through which you can always check a checklist of your psychological capital, a checklist of your psychological capital. Try to use it, and whenever you have done some, take it. Yes, check. So it's a checklist of how to create a psychological capital every day. And when you have ticked most of the things, you'll be having a satisfaction. You'll be like happy and you'll be like delighted. And at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, when approx 80% things in your checklist is ticked, you will realize that now your psychological capital is at a different balance, a balance which is increasing, and you'd be having a wonderful smile on your face, and people will be getting infected with your smile. So, ladies and gentlemen, use this checklist as well. Along with this, the ICI is conducting different courses, and like I say, there are different organizations also. This is a government initiative of Swayam in collaboration with NPTEL, National Program for Technical Enhancement Learning, something like that. So try to go through courses like this where you can upgrade yourself. So this is just one example of a course. The Swam portal have different courses where you can upgrade yourself in different skills. Every year, I usually, I get two or three certifications from Swam portal, and the faculties are from IITs, IIMs, and we will be getting certificates from IITs and IIMs signed by the, I think, HODs or the deans, and it will be cross-checked by the QR code and supported by Government of India. So go enroll yourself and try to use those learnings in your personal life. And if you believe that yes, it was useful for you, recommend it to someone else. On ICI portal also, we have different programs. ICI is conducting the wellness programs, the daily yoga program. Try to enroll yourself, try to use it. ICI is doing a lot of things for you. They are actually investing to develop our psychological capital. And if we are missing it, then definitely we need to analyze our life. Why are we missing it? And we don't have the right of giving excuse that I didn't know. From today onwards, we have lost the right of making excuse that I didn't know. So, ladies and gentlemen, it was a wonderful experience with you all. It was a delightful moment with you all. I'm really happy that I could be a part of this journey. And if you ask me that, is there anything else which you can share in terms of psychological capital? I would say hope, it fuels your goals, efficacy powers your belief, and your resilience keeps you steady whenever you feel that there's a shaky ground beneath your feet. And your optimism, it always helps you see the light when there's only darkness around you, when the people around you, they only see the shadows, then optimism, it always helps you, it guides you to focus on the light. Ladies and gentlemen, together, these are not just traits, rather they are the assets that compound over time, and it makes you more stronger, and it helps you grow at a very speedy rate. Your inner edge is actually expanding day by day. Are you focusing on it? Because expansion always is not good. We need to understand, are we expanding in the right way? So, ladies and gentlemen, wonderful interacting with you all. And thank you very much for making me a part of your life. Wonderful interaction. Thanks to the entire committee. Thanks to the chairman, the vice chairman, all the office bearers, and our moderator, Madam Bhavi ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity. Sambit ji, for this opportunity. Thank you very much. Over to our moderator.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, it was really so wonderful listening to you for all this time. Sir, you are really a corporate trainer, in your language that is being flowing out, the way you are expressing the things, the hard subjects are really made very easy. And it with all the virtual things that you have shown up, the imagination part that you have created really made up the things live. For listening 2 hours, it's really a tough for a CA student, because as a student, as a professional, we are always working with numbers, and going up to all these hardcore facts of life is really difficult. You have really explained us that how this FSC, this resilience are so much important in today's stressful world for chartered accountants. Nowadays we are reading in papers, we are reading at social medias that people coming in stress are taking up some steps which are not correct for their health, for their life. So as you said in the last chart of your closing sessions, that everyday practice is really required on the different parts you have focused on: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, every day. This is something, a daily practice which everyone needs to follow. Slowly, slowly, this will build your inner strength, what you have explained in the very opening of the chapter. So, sir, we are really delighted to listen to you on this part. This is such an interesting topic that it can go for hours, when there is a speaker like you. And this can really motivate us at for this 2 hours session, to have this type of things regularly following up in our daily routine. So, sir, we are honored today to have you with us. And beyond it, you have really taken up this subject so beautifully that it really made me so motivated for this 2 hours listening to you patiently on each and every topic that you have stressed. And our professional skills enrichment committee is honored to be giving you this opportunity to serve us the knowledge which you are carrying. Sir, it's really a wonderful part.
Thank you.
So, I would like to thank you for being a part of this wonderful session, the Inner Edge Building Psychological Capital to Elevate CA Skills, organized by the Professional Skills Enrichment Committee, ICAI. I would also like to extend my heartful thanks to Sir for giving us the enlightenment, knowledge, and so much more on this topic, which we were missing as a CA professionals and students. So, on this webcast, making a memorable one, we thank you. We look to forward you more again on such type of topics. You being varied on so many topics, and you are managing, which is not even your topic, as you have said. So now we would like to again call you up for this thing. I would also like to thank the technical team, the Sambit sir's office, Sambit Mishra sir, and everybody who has made this webcast a grand success. On the closing remark, I would just like to thank each and every participant who have spared their time to enrich their knowledge and making us a good opportunity for bringing up so many new topics on the ICAI series. Every day we are bringing up with the new topics and with the new speakers to bring much good things to the students. Signing off as a Sir Bhavi Thakkar, saying you goodbye, good day, have a nice day to all of you, and see you all again soon.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.